Okay, so one of the main changes is the intro section of the game tells the player to make their way to the escape vehicle and kind of shows them the location of the escape vehicle. I've changed a lot of the materials on pretty much everything, the walls, the floors, and added just more assets in the level and sort of fully populated the level with assets. So I'm just going to grab a few of the items that I know that we're going to need in order to explore the whole thing, and then we'll go through each of the routes just once more for the video. So I'm going to go ahead and grab this battery. Again, the gameplay, the gameplay hasn't changed too much, really at all, because I feel like I've gotten a good feel of how I wanted the gameplay to be, and the gameplay really hasn't changed. But what's changed is just the way that the level looks and all of the assets. So if you go down this hallway, for example, there's some more security cameras, there's billboards on the wall. I've changed the materials for the door, so the door just looks pretty cool and artsy. I've actually also added another area back here. I've actually closed this off. In the last build, this area was open and you were able to kind of walk around it, but now it's one of those rooms where people go to get get their visitors in a prison. So that's what this little kiosk thing is. If there was a visitor, they would be on the other side of that window. This area, I've added a sort of a refrigerator, some cabinets, some shelves, some desks and tables. And, this is obviously, where we find our car key. And another place that I want to show you is outside. I've added a few things. There's just another security camera up here, another billboard on the wall. And on the outside, I've added a few things. So this actually is now a gym. So an outdoor gym, where you have your bench presses, and then you have your bars, and you have your punching bags and things like that. And then there's just another tower on the outside as well. And one of the things too that I changed was I added a if we go down here, down to the basement area, I'm gonna turn on my flashlight. There is some more desks and some security cameras and things like that in this downstairs area. So I pretty much fully populated the area with assets, and we're going to go ahead and start over here. Just press R, and it's going to show you make your way to the escape vehicle. So as usual, you can just sprint out of here just like you could in the last build. You can just run out here and go down past. Oh yeah, also one thing, I added bars here just to kind of make it a little bit more clear that this was a prison scenario. Oh, you know what? Another thing that I forgot to mention is up here on this side of the prison here. There's these grids here. And I guess they were sort of obvious when I first started, but I added those in place of the block mesh sort of bars that were there before. So we're going to go ahead and continue down the first path. Oh, you know what? One gameplay change that I do have is, if you notice, there's a timer at the top of the screen. And so the player is actually timed based on how long it takes them to get through the level. And even during one of the play tests, we had one player that got through it within within a minute or something like that, because he took the most straightforward route. He was actually the only player who did that. And so he just really took this route that we're taking here right now, and got himself to the end of the level this way. So we're gonna go right here. We're actually not going to enter the vehicle, but since you've seen the last version of this video, you know that if I press Q to enter the vehicle, I will end the stage. So what we're going to do is we're going to restart the stage by pressing R, and we are going to go through Route 2. So Route 2, obviously, we know that we're going to need batteries and things like that, but we're going to go through Route 2 in a slightly different way, I say this time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to grab battery number 1, and I'm also going to grab battery number 2 from this cell here, and I'm going to go find my car key as well. That's the next thing that I'm going to go do. And we do still have our same same objectives that are not required. But I actually might, you know what? I'm gonna read some files on my way out here too. So why not? Like let's go ahead and do some of these unnecessary objectives. Read some files. Read some files. Hear that sweet sound effect, and we're gonna run through this way. Now we're actually going to go outside first before we go to the car like we did last time. We're gonna jump downstairs. And wait, do I have the, oh no, you know what, I didn't get the flashlight, so I'm not gonna jump downstairs yet. Oh, actually there is one gameplay change that I want to show off, is that before, if I had jumped down this way, I would have been able to actually get downstairs without any resistance, but I actually added another block here that'll tell me it's too dark and then I need to find a flashlight, and we actually can see where we need to go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back this way, just a little bit of backtracking, try just to go get the flashlight. It's in the same area that we got it in before, so it's not going to be too hard. I'm actually using the mouse to look around when I could be using, you know, the left and right arrows, but I'm using the mouse, so it's a little sensitive. That's one thing that I think that I will change at some point, is doing that. And the reason why I'm actually going down the route this way and not going down the route the other way is that one of the things that I found during my playtesting is that you can actually collect both batteries and save the prisoner without using both batteries. And this is how we're going to do it. This game's going to tell me to turn on my flashlight, so I turn on my flashlight, I can go through here, and now I'm in the basement, and I actually have both batteries, but I only need to use one battery to free the prisoner. So the prisoner's free, and I'm going to go back up. And the funny thing is I actually can't make it back upstairs, so this is actually a completely different route. So it's pretty locked that way. And I'm not actually able to get back any other way. And we've made it to the car. Now we're gonna run through again. We're gonna do one more run through, and we're gonna just go a completely different route. We're not even gonna bother with any of those batteries this time, but I am going to go on the roof because there is something that I don't know if I showed this in the last video, but there is another way to get down past the roof. So you can go just through here without grabbing the battery, forget the battery right now, and just jump down here and then go through this way and head towards the hallway where we know the key is going to be in our path. So walking down the hallway, I'm going to go grab my key here. And ultimately, I'm going to show off. Actually, I'm going to read a few of the files because I'm going to show off the new ending screen of the level. Once you end the level, the game will display back to you your statistics. And I'm just going to show that off real quick. So if I go down this way, I do have the key. I did I grab some of the files. I'm going to go through this gym area here where we've got all the tools you need to get buff. I'm going to go back up this tower here. I'm going to read this file as well. Why not? Since I know it's there. Why not? I'm going to run across our bridge that we've seen last time. And I'm going to go ahead and read the last file. And I'm going to just jump over. And I'm going to enter this vehicle this time so that you can actually see the screen and the fade out that happens when you win. So that time I didn't save the prisoner, right? But if I had jumped in the car on the second go, it would have said save prisoner true. But it is showing me that I collected no batteries, I read my files, the time taken, and whether or not I saved the prisoner. So that is the level.